Hey guys, how you doing? I'm just cruising around here and I'm looking at some martial arts videos of different instructors and whatnot, and I'm noticing some stuff, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you about it pretty quickly. I see a lot of what are they called? Realistic self-defense guys that are talking with a lot of authority, and these guys are going off about what you can do, what you should do, how to be the baddest ass, how to disarm guns, how to disarm knives, and I've done it myself. Back in the day, we used to record a lot of videos on knife disarms and knife fighting, and from a theoretical point of view. And realistically, let's cut the crap here. Stop being full of shit. Okay, I said it. I did it. I am owning it. I've never cut a single person in my life. I've taken some dirty lickings, but my knife never came out. Um, I've laid a couple lickings on a couple people, and I never needed a knife. Now, that being said, I have pulled a baton and used it against a guy with a knife one time. I have pulled a knife against a guy with a knife, and we had mutually assured destruction and slowly backed away enough that I could bolt and run. Um, I've also been cut. I have been stabbed. So I've experienced violence in a real way, but a knife to knife fight has never happened to me. And realistically, hope it never will. Now, that being said, I think a lot of these people that are teaching these like high-end knife fighting drills are preparing you for a criminal charge. And you need to check that. They need to check that because when I have somebody in my class and he's like, I want to learn to use a knife, well, a big thing I'm going to tell him is I hope you enjoy it, that knife, because it's going to be gone as soon as you use it once. Your $200, Kershaw or Emerson or whatever, Spyderco is now going to become evidence. And you will have all the time in the world to hone your physical training and practice your self defense because you're going to be locked in a huge box with a bunch of scary animals who are bigger, scarier than you, and far more adept at fucking people up. Period. Because their shit isn't theory, it's practice. Because I don't see a lot of personal defense people doing parkour, free running, escape and evasion techniques, how to get away from somebody. I see a lot of ego-based bullshit of people trying to be the toughest guy on the block, or appearing to be, or maybe you've got some, military formed cult of personality with a guy posing with a lot of knives and guns. I'm not saying anything about anybody in particular, but the fact of the matter is, let's get real here. You've never cut anybody. You've never done this thing that you're trying to teach somebody. So get your shit straight. Stuff. What are you going to be doing? Are you going to be carrying a knife out on the street and shank somebody? Have you been in a situation where you've been cut open and need to go get stitched up, either from getting punched out or stabbed? It's not cool, and it really, really changes your view on the glamour and the romance of this stuff. Personally, I don't live in a third world country. I don't live where at any given day a guy might shoot me for a cell phone. You know, some people that teach and train these arts, they do live in those countries, and they're living in an environment when someone says, "Hey, I like your sneakers, and I will kill you for your sneakers," because the level of poverty is there. We don't live there, so why are we preoccupied with this paranoia? Why are we preoccupied with this attitude where I need to be protected all the time? Now, I'm Canadian. I don't live in a place where like we have super high crime rates and people are, carrying guns on them and stuff like that. We've got gun laws in place that are maybe a little bit different where you live. I'm from a small city. I don't live in a huge urban center where there's very elevated levels of crime. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't take much to keep you safe. The skill set that you need to stay out of trouble is very minimal. Uh, the first line of self defense is don't be where you need to defend yourself. Don't be in an alley at 2 a.m. Don't be at the bar after last call hanging out where shit's hitting the fan. Don't be around a community of people that might potentially put you in a situation where you're going to be hurt. That's the first line of self-defense. And if you're going to be there, do what you need to do to get the hell out of there. Now, trying to carry this like quick deploy a knife in your pocket, and I see these layouts of EDC, everyday carry stuff where guys got a, Smith and Wesson or a Sig Sauer, and he's got like, an Emerson knife and a brass knuckles, and he's got his neck knife, and he's got all this stuff. Why are you carrying that, man? Why are you so insecure that you need all that stuff? So I really wish people would examine this and really do some evaluation. Um, I get it if you're kind of like studying on a theoretical level and you've got interest in this stuff, more power to you. It's an art form. Learn the art form, perfect your art form. It gives you some internal confidence. But if you're conscious enough to realize that you're never going to do this, that's one thing. Now, if you are just that insecure guy that really wants some alpha male testosterone boost and wants to go out there and prove to yourself and prove to other people how potentially intimidating you can be, it kind of reminds me of that mimicking poison snake. They used to say red to black poison, black red to yellow kill a fellow. So there's snakes that are poisonous. There's people out there, vicious, dangerous, mean people out there. I know a couple of them, and I'm lucky to say I'm not one of them. I might look like one of them. I might train like one of them. So if you see me doing scary stuff, you need to realize that in a lot of ways, that's mimicry happening. I've never cut a person and I never will. And actually, on a fundamental level, I stand against it, period. So I'm not sure what game some people are playing out there or why some instructors really feel the need to put forward this uber violent front. It breaks my heart, really. It's dangerous, it's scary, and it's doing the martial community really no favors, period. So, from an earnest place, I hope you choose a martial art which works best for you, that is ethical, and you understand who, what, where, when, and how to use that art. Because if you don't, I don't want to see you end up in a place with a lot of bigger, scarier, meaner dudes that want to do bigger, scarier, meaner things to you than you're prepared for. With that, I really hope you have a good day, and I hope I didn't piss all over your hopes and dreams and your training regime or your instructors here. But yeah, wish you the best and good luck with all your future endeavors.